Here's some Unit 1 exam prep for our test on the Renaissance and the Reformation. So first you may be wondering, where can you look for guidance on how to prepare for the test? So go to the homework website and you can find a bunch of things there. Once you go to our website, you can click on the barn where you'll find all our files or documents and PowerPoints and things like that. There's two folders you want to look under. The first one is the Renaissance folder, and you'll see there's PowerPoints that we saw in there that you can look at again. The ones in Renaissance art or the Northern Renaissance. And if you'll scroll down, you will see that there's also a folder on the Protestant Reformation. And that has two more PowerPoints that we went over in class. You should also have copies of the notes from the PowerPoints, but in case you just want to look at them on your own computer. Now going back to the Renaissance folder, you'll also see on the bottom there's a study guide document. And if you open that, it will show you what things will be on the test. Ideas for multiple choice questions, and then ideas for what the documents may be on for the DBQ part of the exam. So if you prepare these different things, you'll definitely help yourself be prepared for the test. Going back to the barn, you'll also see at the top there's a DBQ practice. So since we haven't done DBQs yet, we've talked about them in class, but if you actually practice a DBQ, and since it is on a similar topic with the Renaissance, that will really help you. And if you have trouble with this, you can talk to me and we'll see what you'll need to do to better prepare for the DBQ. Remember, our DBQ will have more than just text like this example one. Our website also has the calendar of everything due this week, and it will remind you for the regular classes there's a homework assignment, page 502, that should help you prepare for the test as well. They're review questions. Now also during the exam we collect the notebooks to grade your left sides. Going through that will help you to review. Here's Joe M's notebook. Okay, so Joe is about to show you what should be on the left side of your notebooks when we check it during the exam.
Okay.
So you can hold it up and show them. That's your unit page.
First left side.
Questions about the Renaissance.
Next left side is on the right.
That was the characteristics of Renaissance art. Just read, stop freaking people out. That was questions on Machiavelli.
Chris, I guess like a tray full of like dishes, like made out of china.
That was questions on Martin Luther.
Hi, people.
A Venn diagram comparing Luther with Calvin. Those were the film notes on Martin Luther. You're supposed to be honor students. That was the assignment on the English Reformation. Some classes did cause and effect. Others had a whole thing on King Henry. And lastly were cause and effects about the Catholic Reformation. That's it, right?
Yep.
Thank you, Joe.
Hello.
And knuckleheads. And sometimes the best way to prepare for the test is just to get with your classmates and talk about the things that we learned about for the unit. Okay, try it again.
So I know this is for everything in general, but I really liked the question, like the daily question for each class for the unit. Like I thought the questions really made me think, and that keeps me awake in class.
That helps.
And I also really like talking obviously and sharing my opinion. And I really enjoy that part of class.
Nice. And all those quotes come from people of the Renaissance, right? Whether it be from Da Vinci and Petrarch to the reformers of Calvin and Luther, and it sort of had to do something humanist related, right? Something with the full potential and what a man could do. So nice, and no one shared that yet, so I like that. Go ahead, Rosie.
Oh, well, I like that, learning about the Renaissance art.
The Renaissance art, yes.
Yeah. Because I like the project that we did. Bless you. I like the project a lot that we did.
Ooh, those are cool.
Because I thought it was just really creative. creative.
Yeah,
The
you
idea.
got some. I got some neat looking creations there.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
I liked.
good. I'm glad you mentioned that. Who are some Renaissance artists? Just shout them out. Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Donatello. All right, ready? Okay, now put your hand up if you remember some of the characteristics of Renaissance art. Ashley. Geometry. Good. Remember the triangles and all that we could see in the figures. Classicism. Excellent. Returning to the art like from ancient Greece and Rome. Gia. Individualism, right? The Mona Lisa. Albert Dürer, focusing on the importance of an individual. Jared.
King Jared.
King Jared, yes.
Shading.
Shading, right? And which is all an effort to make things more realistic and how things really work. Let's get another person. Something they liked from the units or found interesting. Kenny.
King Henry VIII.
Of course, someone has to say that. Why? Why is he interesting?
Because he had like a whole bunch of wives.
Yes.
He wanted to have a son. He was essentially a womanizer.
Right, what happened to many of those wives?
He killed some of them.
Right, some of them had their...
King Henry VIII, how could it not be interesting?
Right, there's probably nothing more interesting than King Henry VIII chopping his wives' heads off. Now, tell me, Kenny, since we're on it, since we're reviewing, why, right, we know that King Henry wanted a divorce and all that. So what was that Reformation about? Was it about religion?
It was about like religion because he wanted to get a divorce.
But did he have a problem with the Catholic Church with like their indulgences or salvation? Did he have a problem with those religious ideas?
No.
So his problem was about a P word.
Personal?
Because he wanted a divorce. Who told him he couldn't get one?
The Pope.
The Pope. So it was a conflict of?
The Pope.
Of what? Who was in?
King versus Pope.
Right, power. Who was in charge? Where did the authority lie? Excellent. George, you had your hand up also. George, you had your hand up also?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's funny how the Roman Catholic Church got owned by monks.
Owned. I don't know if they would agree with the word owned, but like we said, it was people within their church that caused the Reformation, right?
Yeah.
Martin Luther was a monk. Zwingli was a priest. Good point. Anyone else want to share anything else?
The screen's dark.
Yeah, that happens. Anything else? Was anyone amazed they found the printing press so interesting they can't control themselves? Can you imagine the world today without the internet? Can you imagine the world then before the printing press?
There would be.
Yeah, medieval times.
We wouldn't be here. Craziness. All right, let's stop. And finally, you can always stop in for our review session Thursday morning. Other than that, good luck, study, and we'll see you then.